Member of the public here wishing to say anything today? Okay. Michael?
You guys might have a copy of this. I think I made up enough for everybody to see again. It's yours. On the bottom of the stack.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, guys, what this is, obviously the Allen County, Whitley County line. There's a, okay, I have a copy of that too. This is about, this starts off talking about interlocal agreements, is in the top part of this. And eventually you get down to one, down towards the bottom, and it talks about the project description, which is to do Liberty Mills Road, the intersection, in our 900 South, to do some work there. When you turn the, we're going to go back in through some of this.
Can I just?
Yes,
say,
yeah.
I think we're mostly familiar with this
Okay,
project.
good.
Don't you guys? Are you guys? We're kind of familiar to death.
Okay.
Let's cut to the chase here, okay?
Cut to the chase.
They've got an Allen County wants us, first of all, they want to meet with us.
Yes.
The Allen County Commissioners want to meet with the Whitley County Commissioners.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out how to make that happen. All right? And that's why I wanted to talk to these guys today, like how we make that happen.
Yeah.
The one thing the one thing we're totally together on, absolutely together on, is, and I will tell them, there is no way we're going to pay them $101,000 within 60 days of signing the agreement.
Got that one down?
Not, yeah, I know. I mean, because we're all in the same thing. That's not right. We're going to pay. We're not going to give them $101,000 for something that might not happen. So this thing's got to come to. And these are the kinds of things we're going to have to talk about in this meeting. But I'm just saying that's a stopper right there. Right there to me, that's a stopper to this deal.
Okay.
I'm not even sure the State Board of Accounts would approve something like that. So, you know, outside of these parameters, what do you want us to know?
Okay, there's about four things here.
Yep.
That I would think you guys might object to, and I wanted to bring them up. Now, one of the things in here, it designates Bill Hartman, Highway Director from Allen County, and myself from Whitley County as project representatives on this thing, and that we would pick out groups for the consultant selection. Consultant selection, if you want to see it, is actually 3C. And that brings up the second point, consultant selection. There are usually two things in a federal aid project. One is the design, and the other one is doing the engineering at the end. They also call it inspection. They would probably like to do this as one and hire the same guy to do both. I've never once, and I've had probably 8 different federal aid projects, never once have I used the same person for design that you do for the inspection. It's like, just, for lack of a better word, it just allows too many things to happen that you can actually do wrong during the project, but over here during the inspection, you can okay them. Where a different person is not going to okay something being done a little bit wrong. So it's better to have two. And that's going to be something, I don't know how easy they'll be on that one. But if we have $101,000 in this, we should get our choice also. So that would be one, that we would want to do this and with 2 different selections and not just one.
Okay, go to section 2,
Section 2, okay?
partnership and funding.
Okay,
Based on what you just said, that you think there should be 2, not just 1.
mhm.
How do you divide? And let's do the estimated total column. Tell me how you divide. Where's the division come in for this one who's gonna design and one who's gonna inspect?
Well, they give you what those numbers are. They tell, this is the only number here, the 80/20 is the 341 and the 101. Those are the 2 numbers. Okay, the rest of the money is done through the federal aid, portion of this and that kind of
I
thing.
understand that, but if you picked one for design, all right, are they not gonna get paid off the estimated total?
Yeah, there's a percentage that they get paid for design based on federal regulations, and a percentage that is paid on the total cost for inspection that's based on the federal total. Now, I've been told that the inspection costs on this thing, once they work their numbers out, the inspection cost is much higher than the design cost. So let's say you picked a consultant to do the design. They're probably gonna make less money than the person that's picked to do the inspection.
And I think therein is the rub, quite frankly.
Yeah, it is. you're
Okay.
right.
You
Now,
know,
the only-
we're gonna call a spade here
Yeah,
today,
you,
okay?
you know some extra about this.
Absolutely, I
okay.
know, I do know this, and what we're doing is we're just,
Now, those people that might
creating
get
some
selected by
goodwill.
Allen County cannot do a couple of things. Their company does not do a couple of things that would have to be done, like right-of-way, as an
Yep.
example.
Yep.
So, if it turned out that way,
Mhm.
there's supposed to be a selection.
Mhm.
It's not supposed to be done beforehand, but if it's done that way, they were talking about giving things they couldn't do to the person that's doing the design.
Okay.
And that would increase
All
their,
right.
their.
I guess
amount up.
all I'm saying, Michael, is I do not want to get into a blank match over this project.
Mhm.
This is a project that either we're gonna put money in and get it done. First of all, it's not really a project that benefits us all that much, but it could down the road hugely. But for right now, we are, I don't wanna say all we are doing, because it's important, but we are creating a safer intersection, okay? We really are. Anytime you can work with this design, it's safer. That said, I don't recall many accidents at that intersection. But nonetheless, I just feel battered from 2 sides about this project, and I just don't think it's that big a deal. And I guess that's why we need to sit down and get it.
Personally, I think it's way too much money for one intersection. I told Bill Hartman that, we met a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
I've talked to one of their commissioners about it, and how many accidents they've had there. And the answer back was, well, there probably haven't been too many, but that doesn't mean there won't be.
That's logic I hear all the time.
Okay.
So, and you do have to prepare. You obviously wouldn't want a potential place left go, but
I have an additional site to go that I'm not sure you guys know about. And it's just getting out of the box a little bit, and I'd like to check those things.
okay.
One is to take this total amount of money that is county money, cash from each county, which represents $341,000 from Allen, $101,000 from us,
442.
okay?
Yep.
And I'd like to pave that instead of doing the intersection project. We can pave 5.5 miles of that intersection. I've already worked it out, using 165 pounds per square yard, which is 1.5 inches, over the entire project, 21 feet wide, and can get done doing that, which favors both their county and especially our county, in a joint project. No federal funds being used, but we can do it for $338,000. That's less than the amount of money that Allen County would have in this thing for just an intersection. In fact, it leaves over $100,000 left over, which you'll see in my recommendation is let them have that 101, because we're getting a lot of money. We're getting a lot of stuff done for the 341 that they're throwing in it. Now, Hartman thinks that's something they haven't thought about. He says definitely getting out of the box, and that's throwing this whole intersection thing away. But they really don't have a problem on their intersection. Their intersection sits right on the top of the hill. And you got sight distance both ways for a long ways, no problem. The problem is our side.
That's right.
Now, we haven't had any problems, but I guarantee you, just like I took our guys out, we did everything out on the Gateway Industrial Park, I can take our guys and I can build that road. We'd have to buy an acre, that'd be probably 220 by 200. And you could fit that road in there. In fact, I fitted in on some of your stuff a little bit. And I don't know what that would cost us or whatever, but using our stuff, which we're gonna be using anyway. You know, we're gonna use our trucks, we're gonna use our graders, we're gonna use our men. There's really no cost there, you're working every day anyway. And I'm positive I can come in there and build that thing. We don't need any contractors or anybody like that, and take care of the safety of our road. But I'd really like to talk them into throwing their money in with our money. Their people use more of that road than our people do.
No doubt. There's
I
no
mean, it's
doubt.
favoring them, not us.
It absolutely is, I understand that. But the law clearly states it's our road.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, yes, they
understand
can
that.
say yes or no, but they're saying
You
yes.
know, I would be, I'll be honest with you, I'd be all for no project.
Yeah,
Because, again, I honestly and truly have, personally in 30 years, have never worked an accident at 900 South and County Line. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen, but do we even have numbers? Do we know how many accidents have taken place?
I
at that
asked them to
location?
check through their sheriff's department, and she did not know of any at this time. It's supposed to take, in our book, it says 5 accidents. 5 accidents that actually is somebody's fault. It's
In
not
what
because of
kind
a
period
DUI
time?
or,
No, right.
Yeah.
In what kind of period of time?
in
Ever?
a year.
In a year?
Yes.
5 accidents in a year?
Yeah,
And I don't think there's been 5 PDs, let alone PIs.
right. So it signifies there's really not a problem
Okay,
at this time. Now, I mean,
All right.
there always can be one there.
yeah.
But it gives us a lot of room for argument. I mean, if you go back down there and in your head saying, we're not really sure we even want the project, you can certainly say no to the 101,000, you guys aren't keeping our money. Yes, this is gonna be 2 different consultants, not one. I mean, you can really throw your side into it, and if they don't like it, they can say no. But I personally like the idea where we throw our 101,000 in, but we get 5.5 miles of paving done. Because that road, we will never be able to do it other than to seal it. And I don't know about sealing 5.5 miles at one time,
No, I understand,
okay?
I understand. Guys, what's your thoughts on this whole project? Just in general, what's your thoughts on this project?
As far as I'm concerned, I haven't understood from day one why they needed it.
This started, well, Tom probably was here, this started a long time ago, didn't it? They brought it over a long time ago.
It was
and-
either 2005 or 2007 is what I was,
And-
I saw a document that's either from AZ, and it was either 05 or 07.
And that's the consultant that started then and is still
Right.
trying to make it go now.
Right.
It's really a push by them more than it is the
Yeah.
county.
I understand, and I'm understanding of that, but I just have honestly failed. I've played along with the game, I've done the things, and we've talked about it, but quite frankly, I've never been swayed from the standpoint. You guys live down in that area, right? Stanley?
Well, I followed this with interest in the length of time I've been coming here to the meetings, and I live out on 900 South, and I worked in Allen County for 25 years. And I drove 900 South to County Line. Now, I don't know of anybody out there where I am that doesn't realize that that's an intersection that you can't see in one direction. But if you,
To the north.
well, actually, when you're on
900.
going toward Allen County, you
Yep.
can see to the north, but you
Oh.
can't see to the
To the
south.
south, thank you.
Right.
Okay, all right.
But what you do,
Okay.
well, but here's the thing, you would have to cross you'd have to cross the one lane and turn into the other lane if you wanted to go north. But there's no reason to do that. What you do is turn right, drive to the top of the hill. Now you can see all the way south to safely turn on to Liberty Mill, or you're gonna go on to 24 anyway. If you want to turn the other direction, I don't know of anybody that doesn't just go up to 800 and go to a perfectly flat,
Yep.
perfectly safe intersection and go the direction you want to go, and you've gone north a mile, then go on to county line, and then go on north, and it's not like you're out of the way at all, and that's paved out there, and it's nice, and it's easy to get around.
2 mile from 14.
Yeah,
So
and
yeah.
I've never had any trouble there, and like I say, I worked in Allen County for 25 years and never had any trouble at that intersection. Well, I'll take that back. Yes, one time I did, and it had nothing to do with work. I was coming back with a dump truck load of gravel from the then WW pits, and as I came to the top of that hill, because I was gonna turn onto R900 South, I was slowing down, and somebody behind me, I must not have been paying much attention to what was going on, because I heard the dangest screeching going on for them to.
That was their fault, they didn't have their car under control.
Yeah, they weren't paying attention to what I was
Yeah.
doing, and quite honestly, if they'd hit my dump truck, they wouldn't have hurt much, because it was a piece of junk to start with, but they'd have been in deep trouble, and as it turns out, we didn't made no contact, and that's the closest anything's ever come for me in that number of years. You know.
Thank you. It's nice to have some actual interaction with that. Like you said, the only thing I have is I never worked an accident in that area, so it's not scientific, it's just it never did, so.
I guess my biggest concern is, if we can do it for 338,000, why are we looking at a $2.2 million project?
338,000 are my figures for paving it.
Paving. Not doing the intersection.
2.2 million is doing the intersection on a federal aid project, which just shows you how far out that can get on federal aid work.
But you're saying 5 miles for 338,
5.5.
5.5, and can you tell me where you're starting, where you're stopping?
Yes, 24 to Bass Road, 5.5 miles.
Bass Road would be 500, no.
No, it's north of 114. It's the next road. What is that? A mile and a half though. What is in that little restaurant they have there now that they talk about there at 114? What, Pickles or
You're over on 14. You're
north of 14?
north of 14.
Did I say 114?
County Line Road, yeah, it's called
Yeah.
Pickles.
Yeah.
Dunphy.
Dunphy. Yeah,
So
you're going
you-
across the railroad tracks and you go up to the next
Mhm.
Allen County Road. That's Bass Road.
That's best.
So we're not talking about the 5.5 mile paving down in this area, 900 south.
Yeah, all the way from 24 to Bass Road.
For the Bass Road. So you're crossing 14,
Yes.
going by Sycamore Village or
Yes.
Renaissance Village?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And then
Yeah,
the
see,
road.
now that really, that sounds like a heck of a lot better.
And the road's pretty good from there on, heading on up to 30 then. It's in pretty good
Yeah, it
shape
is.
already,
It's
it
not
doesn't
bad.
really need
It's
it.
not bad, yeah, okay.
But we can have that thing done, and then that
All
thing
right.
is out of our hair for about 12 years, if we could get 165 pounds on there.
So what kind of additional cost are we looking at to do what you've got here as far as running through that acre of land? Is that?
Yeah, and I would have to get that for you, because it would all depend on the property owner, which we talked to one of them. There's a couple of people in there, about what they would charge us, or would they charge us anything to make that safer. It would really come down to that, because once we got past the buying that acre, our costs really go down.
That's what they're planning $170,000 is what they're planning
Right.
to get that. So that's in the plan, whether it's right, wrong, or indifference.
Yeah, outside of the cost of that
I guess
acre.
I'm looking for some guidance from you guys and stuff, whether we want to pursue this project, and if we do want to pursue the project, where do we go from here? If we want to pursue it, we're going to have to sit down with the Allen County Commissioners and make known that we don't want to pay $101,000 60 days after